Hezbollah started this war, what did they think would happen if you fire 17,000 rockets on our head? Not for the Palestinian cause, I might add, but simply because they're jihadi, Iranian fascist regime proxies, and their objective is Jew killing, Asma. That's what we know what it is, whether you recognize it or not in the UK. They want to kill Jews. They say it very, very clearly. They want to wipe this country, the only Jewish state, off the face of the earth. So we're not going to let that happen. And so we hope that this deal holds. We hope that peace returns to our northern border, but it will only hold if Hezbollah do not fire in us and keep to the aspects of the deal, as we will here in Israel.
A ceasefire started at 2 this morning, our time, between Israel and Lebanon. Will it hold? Israel and Hezbollah, will it hold? Well, already Israel has fired on vehicles within Lebanon. Let's speak to David Mencer, who is the Israeli government spokesman. Good morning to you, David.
Good morning, Asma.
So we've heard that the ceasefire started 2 our time, but there has been this incident already where Israel has fired on vehicles within Lebanon. Do you have any details about why that happened?
Asma, that's the first I've heard of it. You telling me that right now on the air, that's not information I have with me right now. From our point of view, this ceasefire will hold. We'll certainly adhere to all the aspects of the agreement, but we will also want to make sure that it's enforced. We've been here before, but the enforcement part has been lacking. So we will, of course, adhere to the ceasefire. But ultimately, we have a responsibility as a country to respond forcefully to any violation of this ceasefire. The US have said that they understand that we maintain the full freedom of military action. So this is a terrorist organization which has fired 17,000 rockets at us since October the 8th, the day after the massacre. So if Hezbollah violates this agreement, we hope they do not. We want peace on our northern border. Ultimately, we want our people to go home. But if they try to rearm themselves, or if they try to rebuild their terrorist infrastructure near our border, or if they attack, or if they launch rockets at us, or if they dig tunnels near our border, if there are trucks carrying rockets coming into the area, we will respond forcefully. That's our responsibility as a government to protect our people.
Now, a lot of the concentration of attention will be on the 60,000 northern Israelis who need to get back into their homes. Do you have any kind of timeline in mind for when that might happen, might be able to happen?
Well, we've told our residents that they should move back home when they feel ready to do that. Right now, the government is paying for their rent in central Israel, whether they're staying in short-term accommodation or hotels or in apartments, because of the bombardment on their heads. It's tens of thousands of our people, but we haven't said go back home right now because the proof will be in the pudding. If the rocket fire stops, if it is indeed the fact that Hezbollah are moved behind the Litani River and that the Lebanese army, the sovereign army of the state of Lebanon, takes up that space between our northern border, and most importantly, if the rocket fire, the drone fire, the missiles, if that stops, then people will begin to go home. That's all this has ever been about with Lebanon. It's been about giving our own people the opportunity to go back into their own homes.
And you'll know yourself that there are many people at kind of local and national government level who think that this agreement is a mistake. National Security Minister says the agreement is a historic mistake. The mayor of Metula, I think that's how you say it, it's the northernmost city in Israel, is not happy. He says, do not surrender to terrorism. Do not make this shameful agreement. This is a sad arrangement, an agreement of surrender by the Israeli government to Hezbollah, an arm of Iran. Presumably, the government and the government for which you are a spokesman is taking a more pragmatic view.
Asma, as you know, Israel's a democracy in every sense of the word. Everyone's free to speak their mind here. And, to be blunt, all of us here understand skepticism because we have been here before. And of course, we're dealing with jihadi terrorists who are not notorious in the history of time to be making deals. But it was voted in our cabinet 10-1 as a majority. Hezbollah decided to attack us from Lebanon on October the 8th last year. But we believe right now it's not the same Hezbollah. We've pushed them back decades. Nasrallah, their chief killer, eliminated. Their top leadership eliminated. Most of their rockets and missiles eliminated. Thousands of terrorist killers eliminated. Their underground terror tunnels right on our border designed for October the 7th, but only worse, also destroyed. The infrastructure they spent so many years creating has been demolished. So of course, the proof will be in the pudding, and we hope this does hold. But these terrorist enclaves within Beirut and other places around Lebanon have been destroyed. All of this has been done in 3 months. Everyone told us we couldn't do it, but thank God, thanks to the bravery of our soldiers and our expertise, Israel has done it. Now we hope this is a new beginning, not only for our residents, but for Lebanon to take control of their own country. There is no reason why their country should be dominated by a jihadi terrorist Iranian proxy. That's not what the Lebanese people are. The Lebanese people should take control of their own country, push back the terrorists, and then we can live with a better future for all the people in this area.
And I know what you're going to say to this, but we should mention, of course, the Lebanese people themselves have suffered hugely over the last year.
They have. Absolutely. They have. But, at risk of sounding like children fighting in the playground, Hezbollah started this war. What did they think would happen if you fire 17,000 rockets on our head? Not for the Palestinian cause, I might add, but simply because they're jihadi, Iranian fascist regime proxies, and their objective is Jew killing, Asma. That's what we know what it is, whether you recognize it or not in the UK. They want to kill Jews. They say it very, very clearly. They want to wipe this country, the only Jewish state, off the face of the earth. So we're not going to let that happen. And so we hope that this deal holds. We hope that peace returns to our northern border, but it will only hold if Hezbollah do not fire on us and keep to the aspects of the deal, as we will here in Israel.
Okay, David, thank you. David Mencer, who's an Israeli government spokesman.
Well, unfortunately, we agreed to that ceasefire, even though I think the majority in Israel was against it, because we feel that we are on the way to destroy it and eliminate the Hezbollah. And but it seems like first, big pressure from Biden's administration, and so far we hope that after October 7th, that if they'll break the ceasefire, even the smallest thing, Israel will react. Well, as far as the Arabs, they don't know how to keep an agreement. We have to understand the agreement is not with a state, it's not with a nation, it's with a terrorist group. They don't obligate to anyone. They obligate only to themselves, and in this case to Iran. So the question is how Iran is going to react. If they're going to do anything to support Hezbollah to break the violation, to violate the ceasefire, that will be the end. And the only ones who's going to really suffer this time is going to be the Lebanese citizens.
I hope this new situation will be good for Israel and for all the Middle East, but when you look in the past, you see that sometimes it's very problematic and our enemies are doing everything to destroy our country. So I hope this time they understand what we're capable of doing and that there will be no next time. And I have many friends in the north, and I hope that they'll go back home and everything will be safe. And again, it's not on us, it's on the enemy, and we hope that our enemies understand that we're serious and we want to live here in peace, and that's it.
Actually, I was waiting for this to happen. I think we all need some hope for better state. The soldiers need that. We as citizens need that. And I really hope it's an important moment for all of us in the Middle East.
Huggy.